It's pretty close.
It's another day. Children come and play with chocolate button.
Chocolate
The
button.
sun is out today. I'll say hello today to chocolate button.
Chocolate button.
I'll teach you how to read and write. Not sure I can ride a bike. We'll go through all the letters and sounds, having lots of fun playing around. It's another day. Children come and play with chocolate button.
Chocolate button.
The sun is out today. I'll say hello today to chocolate button. Chocolate button.
2, 3. Chocolate button. Good morning, Mr. Magpie.
Good morning, I know I'm in the garden. Bye. I like that.
Hello everyone and welcome to Storytime with Chocolate Button. Today we are going to read a fantastic book which is all about architecture, and we'll find out what architecture means in the book, but see if you can work out what it means as we go through. Okay, this book is called Iggy Peck Architect. Iggy Peck Architect by Andrea Beattie and illustrated by David Roberts. And it was published by Abrams. So thank you very much to everyone for letting us read this story today, because we can't read it together because of coronavirus. Okay, let's see. It's interesting squared paper. Look, loads of little squares and then in slightly bigger squares, and then 4 of those slightly bigger squares make one bigger square, and then you can see loads and loads of squares. I wonder how many squares there are on this page. Oh my goodness, Chocolate Button, we do not have time to count them. Okay, fine. But we could count how many were in one square and then how many big squares there were and then multiply it. We could do that. Yeah, we could. But can we do it afterwards maybe, because we don't have time now? Oh, okay, fine. Iggy Peck Architect. And there's a cat, and the cat's got one blue eye and one yellow eye. How funny. Oh wow, look at this. All of the rulers and the pencils are making a skyline, look. That's so cool, isn't it? I love that. Such a clever idea. Iggy Peck Architect by Andrea Beattie, illustrated by David Roberts. Abrams Books for Young Readers, New York. Here we go. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. What's a diaper, Lucy? Oh, in England we call them nappies. Look, he's taken off his own nappy. Oh my goodness me. Yes, and then there he is. He's made a whole building, a tower, out of nappies, or as Americans say, diapers. Let's see. Good gracious, Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized that those diapers weren't clean. Oh, pooey. Oh no. Look at all the yellow stains in the nappies. Ugh, gross. Uh-oh, look, that's why her face is like that. Ooh, yuck. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks. Yuck, 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 yuck. Oh, look, he's built another tower out of blocks there. Oh, my goodness me. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. Wowee, look at that. That's amazing. Look, his next door neighbours are having a nice sunbathe in the garden. And he's building all this whole sphinx out of mud. Wowee. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples and temples from modelling clay. Oh my goodness, look. Wowee. They look so cool, don't they? There's a peach chapel and an apple church. And then there's his temple. Wow. My goodness me, that's so cool, isn't it? Wow. Oh, look how he's eaten the core a bit to make it a different shape. That's a clever idea. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. Wowee! That's amazing, isn't it? Look, he's even done it with the cat food. Down there, that's very cool. Dun dun dun. Wow, he's really good at building buildings, isn't he? Out of whatever he can find as well. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade, when his teacher was Miss Leela Greer. On the very first day she had this to say: "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings, ancient or new." She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. Oh dear, that's very sad. Look at all the books on architecture all going in the bin, and all his things that he's building. Oh, look at all the children. It looks a bit like our class. Can you spot someone who looks a bit like you in that class? I can see lots of us in there. Oh, wow. That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Leela got lost from the group. Oh my goodness, poor her. Look, there's her mummy's shoe going that way. Or maybe her teacher's shoe going that way. Oh my goodness, this must be very scary for her. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. An elevator is a lift. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that above all one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands or buts. There you go, just like Lucy. No ifs, ands or buts. Oh dear. So because she got stuck in the building, in the elevator on that very top floor for 2 whole days, she doesn't like architecture anymore. She doesn't like buildings anymore. So that's why she says, "You're not allowed to learn about architecture in my class." Oh dear, it's very sad. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. Oh my goodness. He didn't even hear himself getting told off because he was so busy building a castle out of chalk. Wowee, he has done very well. Although he's forgotten the battlements, hasn't he, really? Oh, there are a few there, actually. Wow. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal Howe? Oh my goodness, look, she's very cross indeed. She looks just like Lucy. Careful, chocolate button. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. Oh dear. Second grade, I think, is the name of the year group, so it's a bit like saying year 2 or year 3 or something like that. Poor him. And now he finds school really boring because he doesn't get to do what he loves. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading and writing and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, Lucy, please can we go on a picnic when we're allowed back to school? That would be so fun. I think that's a really good idea, Chocolate Button. Are you going to remember that? Yes, I'll remember it. Okay, great. Oh, that would be so fun. Look at all the boys and girls on their way to their trip. Should we see how many boys and girls there are in the class? Ready? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh my goodness, only 17 children in the class. It's a very small class, isn't it? They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed and Miss Leela Greer started to scream. We're trapped here! Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye! Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. There she is, she's fainted, look. Because the bridge has collapsed where they were going to cross back. So now they're stuck on this island. Oh dear, that's not good for her because it's just going to bring back loads of memories from when she was stuck in the lift. Oh yes, you're right, Chocolate Button. Poor her. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan which started with Miss Leela's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. Oh my goodness, look, there we go. Lucy, did you just say pass instead of pass? Yes, I did, sorry. It's because it rhymes, you see, because it's supposed to be said in an American accent or one like Shirley's. So it should be, soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. But if I said it, I would say, soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. Ah, yes, I see what you did there. Yeah, so that's why I said pass instead of pass. Look, they're all working hard together, aren't they? Look at that beautiful picture. Look, this little boy is carrying some sticks and this little boy is taking off the shoes. My goodness, they're tying the shoelaces together, looking in the lunchbox, the hamper, the picnic hamper, and look, he's drawn a plan in the sand. I think I know what they're going to do, Lucy. Do you? Well, let's find out. When she came to, Miss Leela Grew knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces, and on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which should not mention, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. Oh my goodness, they built a suspension bridge. Of all the bridges they could have built, this is the hardest one, isn't it? Oh my goodness me. We were going to study bridges as well. Maybe we should start looking at some bridges too. Oh my goodness, that's so cool, isn't it? Wowee. It all became clear to Miss Leela Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Look at that. There's the suspension bridge. Opened 1937, the suspension bridge. 4,200 feet tall and 746 feet high, it says up there. Look at all the measurements. Oh, a little blackbird. There she is with only one shoe on and one shoe off. So clever. Now, every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in 2nd grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from Pi, that brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. Look at this. Look at all these buildings. Amazing things. Look, there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. There's the Sydney Opera House. Wow, so cool. Nice. And then there's some more squared paper. Do you think maybe they use square paper, grid paper like that, if you're an architect? I think you could be right, Chocolate Button. I think you probably are right. Oh, look, here's some more. Look, do we have time to count? Okay, what we'll do is we'll count one small square, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so there are 25 in one small square and there are 4 in a bigger square. So 4 times 25 is 100. Okay, so there are 100 in each big square. And then, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 big squares along, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 big squares up. So 11 times 9 is 11 times 9. Come on, Chocolate Button. You know your times tables. Well, I know 10 times 9 is 90. Good. So you need one more 9 on that then. 99. Yes, you're right. So 99. So there are 99 big squares on one sheet. And so then for there to be on the other sheet as well, if it's the same size, which it is, there must be 200 take away one from that page and one from that page. So 198 big squares across the whole thing. And then we have to times that by 100 to work out how many little squares there are. So 198 times 100. We have to move it 2 spaces to the left. So it will be 19,800 squares. 19,800 squares! Oh my goodness, Chocolate Button. That was really, really good maths. Thanks, Lucy. Wow. Okay, let's say the end now, shall we? Ready all together? The end. Oh my goodness. Have you worked out what an architect is yet, Chocolate Button? Yes. It is someone who builds and designs buildings and bridges. I think you could be right, Chocolate Button. So, why don't you have a go in your reading journal at designing your own building? You could do draw a plan of it, like we saw Iggy Peck doing in the story, but you could also actually build your own buildings out of whatever you have at home. Maybe you've got some Lego, maybe you've got some building blocks, maybe you have some old cereal boxes or toilet rolls you could use, and you could stick them all together and create a building just like Iggy Peck does. And then take a picture and stick it in your reading journal or send it to me. I would love to see them. Brilliant! I can't wait to see all your buildings, designs. Fantastic! Now you're all going to be architects. That's such a cool job. Look at all the maths you were going to do as well. Brilliant. Okay, I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for our next story with Chocolate Button. Okay, bye for now. Bye.